Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Gooners podcast. So today is actually while we are recording, this is the transfer deadline day. We are doing a different podcast for the transfer. Going through everything from Arsenal perspective, from the league perspective, from the big picture or whatever you want to call it. So do check that out when it comes out. But today we are here with Deepak today. Hi, Deepak.
Hello.
To discuss the preview for the Manchester United game. Of course, we usually do the previews with other fans, but since it's Manchester United and with the last couple of games, we didn't want to risk that. So we are sticking with our own panel. We are trying to talk about this game. Before we start, as usual, please do like, share, subscribe, and comment in. And if you want to be part of this discussion, you can always reach out to us through our social media platforms. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon. I think we have been doing pretty decent considering that we have not been very consistent last season. But this season we are trying to be consistent. So please do give us your support because that encourages us. This is just a fan run thing where we talk and we want everyone's voice to be heard. That's the whole idea. With that out of the way, we'll start the preview for the Manchester United game. The first question that comes to my mind, Deepak, is what's going to be the starting lineup, and more importantly about the starting lineup, more than the starting lineup, it's the Gabriel situation that comes into forefront among everything else, right? Like, especially since the transfer deadline could be over now with us, but for the Saudi league, the transfer deadline isn't over before September 6th. What does that mean? I mean, can they still sign our players because he's outgoing? Can they still sign us or like?
Yeah, they can still sign us. The transfer deadline is just for incomings. So any team which has a any league which has a transfer deadline, transfer day or whatever it is open, they can sign players from other leagues, even though the league's transfer is closed. Outgoings are still allowed. So obviously they can sign Gabriel. Like I think I spoke in two previous pods ago. Like I said, like if we get a good amount of money, we should sell Gabriel. I would take that statement back. Given that
Timber's injury and
Timber's
whatever has
injury,
happened,
we have sold Holding.
What a turnaround!
KT.
What a turnaround, folks! Like literally, Rob Holding is most berated by Deepak here, but now that we have sold him without any replacements, he's like, "Oh, Rob Holding, we have sold." But I mean, before that, like, I'm happy that he got he got this move, Rob Holding. I mean, for whatever.
He has been like a good servant. I wouldn't say like he is a great player or whatever he did on the pitch.
He won the player of the season for 15-16 season. Can you believe that?
Yeah, no. That's
Arsenal player of the season.
Player of the season. That So, but he had a great influence on the dressing room, which that's why Arteta wanted to have him around, and he had him around. And he has been like a great servant, not a great, like a good servant, and like whatever for the club. So good luck to him. Hope he performs well in Crystal Palace. And glad that he got a Premier League. Other teams, glad he got a Premier League move. And which is good. My worry is we also like loaned out KD, even though KD fell out of favor.
Yeah,
we don't have like enough bodies in defense. Like literally, if you see,
I mean today we have also loaned out Nuno Tavares.
Tavares wasn't there last season. That's fine. So, but we are given Timber's injury, we are like literally two folks down. in
Yeah,
defense.
and Mari we have sold too. I think 6 million or something.
Yeah.
So
So if I don't know like what's the plan, and I don't think so they will sell Gabriel now, given that we have sold Holding. So yeah, hopefully he stays.
but how
But
much
I
of
don't know
that is
whether
going
he
to how much of it is going to affect his performance on the pitch?
I think, given that he's a professional, if he stays, I don't think so. He's that kind of a guy who would like not perform. Yeah, of course, there will be some kind of distraction, but yeah, I think he would be back to his own, like whatever the level he was in last season. Yeah, this is like a strange thing that has happened because he started Community Shield as well.
Yeah.
So for sure something has happened on the background which we are not aware of. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't like he goes out. I don't think so we would sell even if it's like 100 million or something. If we sell it, it would be like catastrophic for our season because we are in four competitions. With that backline after selling Gabriel, it's not happening.
Hmm. Okay, so let's start with that then. Backline. And let's start with putting a team together for this United game. Do you think we'll stick to this new thing of starting party at right back? So would the team be Ramsdale, PBR, or Zinchenko, White and Saliba, and then Partey at the back?
I think so. It would be like, unfortunately, I predict the same starting 11 which we had for last night. I don't know if you saw Arteta's interview. He said we had some 47 formations in a match,
Yeah, it was
which
ridiculous
was
to
like,
hear.
yeah, yeah, which is stupid. But yeah, we know like Arteta is stubborn, which we have seen from last season, which cost us few like points, and yeah, we can also say cost us the title.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I think he would stick with the same
I
starting level.
I'm very worried because I mean, if we went to Old Trafford, I would have been less worried because we are not very good at our home.
Home right now, yeah, we have not like performing up to the mark at our home. But I think he would still stick with that 11.
So
I
back
think.
four of PVR, White,
Oh
Saliba,
yeah, no, no. I think like Zinchenko might come in,
mhm.
but yeah,
And
rest
then
of the three would be the same:
yeah,
White,
Rice,
Saliba,
yeah, okay,
Rice, and like
Havertz,
Havertz,
Odegaard.
Odegaard, Martinelli, and yeah, I don't think so. Trossard might start. AD might come in
Mhm.
back to the fold. I think Jesus is not that fit enough to start a game, so it might be AD. Given that he also scored the winner last season, so I think so. AD might start
Saka. There is a
and
lot of
Saka.
talk. There is a lot of talks about Martinelli not having a great start to the season, so he needs to be moved. I don't know. I'm not saying it, but I'm hearing on the Twitter space that that spot could be given
Yeah,
to Trossard and Martinelli should be made to sit down. And there's also been talk about Smith Rowe
yeah,
moving to Chelsea and all those rumors. Is there
yeah. I
going to
don't
be
think
like anything that's going to happen? We have 2 hours left when you're talking, just for for the listeners and viewers.
I don't know. Like, yeah, you cannot predict anything with Chelsea because they have been signing left and right and center. So, but it would be like criminal to sell ESR to Chelsea, or even sell ESR to this season because he hasn't been given enough chance to come back into the team where he was 2 seasons back. Yeah, last season he had injury issues and stuff. But this season, I think given that we are in four competitions and stuff, ESR would get enough game time. Even though if he does, he won't be starting Premier League games. He would be getting chances definitely in FA Cup and whatever Carabao Cup, and yeah, and he can come in into the home games where we are expected to win. He can start few of those games.
So the thing is, right, like now that you've mentioned other cups and stuff, we did get back to Champions League and there was the draw, right? Like we got Luton. Sorry, what I mean Luton? No, the
Lens,
Lens,
PSV,
PSV, and Sevilla.
yeah, yeah, Sevilla, yeah.
It's not a difficult
Like
group.
on paper, it's not a difficult group, but it's kind of a tricky group. We lost to PSV
Yeah,
in Europa League.
yeah.
Lens
That's
is like
that's what I
Lens
was
is a
getting
tough
at, right?
team.
Like the thing is,
Yeah,
like Arsenal will have performed better with known, better teams. Like if we had
yeah,
Dortmund, if we had like bigger teams, we would have performed better, is what I feel. With these kind
yeah.
of
That's
teams,
true.
it's where we are tricky because we don't know them. We just go
Yeah,
there.
it's not like we don't know them. We go in with like not just the team. Like the fans are like overconfident enough that yeah, for sure we are getting through. But yeah, I it is a tricky group. But if we like don't go to the round of 16, it's like a very what's the point of qualifying? Given that we got this group, you
Mhm.
should at least finish second.
I think we should finish first, but that's a
Yeah,
discussion for another
that's
day.
yeah, that's something else. Yeah,
So getting back to the United game though, right? Like for me, this United side is very tricky because of course they have like a lot of money put in. They have a lot of players that could change the thing. And we saw that last game, like they did come back from a 2-0 down to a 3-1, 3-2 win. So we know United what they are capable of, and always there's going to be one player who's going to stand out. They did lose Luke Shaw, who was their one of their best defenders. Um,
they
but
lost Varane as well.
yeah,
There
they
is no
lost
Varane.
Varane. There's no
Yeah,
Varane. So what they have also signed, like what's his name, Reguilon on loan.
yeah.
So do you think he's gonna start for them?
I I don't think so. I think Dalo would like switch to left back, and yeah, uh, uh, Aaron Van Bissaka would be the right back, and Lindelof and
Butcher,
who's that?
Butcher, Butcher.
Lisandro Martinez. Yeah, Lisandro Martinez would start for them.
I mean, we
And
are not able
Mount
to
is
talk
also out.
we are not able to talk a lot about him because even in our chat, someone came in and told us like when we should talk Lisandro Martinez, someone went in like, you guys, why did you try to sign him in the first place? Then I'm like, yeah, he's a shit player.
Yeah,
But yeah, go ahead.
and yeah, Mount is also out. So
Oh, so there's no
yeah,
like
they're
Mount versus Harvard
yeah.
situation.
No, there's nothing. So it would be Casemiro, and I don't know like who's going to start. They signed
Bruno
Amrabat.
Fernandez.
Bruno Fernandes would start for sure, but I'm like in the center midfield. I don't know whether Eriksen would yeah start because yeah he's not. He cannot. He might start, and they still have Scott McTominay who
Mm-hmm.
might start as well. And there is Amrabat, which they signed like in like 2 hours back. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is a questionable who is going to start there as
Mm-hmm.
a partner of Casemiro.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, of course, like in attacking midfield, Bruno will be there, and Rashford would start. And on the left, the useless Anthony would start. Uh, but yeah,
Wait till you see him and score against us. Because
yeah,
it's
that is
always these kind
happening.
of
Yeah,
players. Like scoring against us, you know what that guy Greenwood is? He's loaned out to Getafe.
yeah.
He's
I
loaned out to
think they
Getafe.
Oh, I don't know. Like I thought they are going to terminate his contract.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Like I don't care about that guy. Whatever they want to do, they can do. But yeah, the other interesting thing would be the striker position. So
Mm,
apparently Hoylund is fit enough. I don't
mm,
know whether he would start, but I think they might start him
mm,
and he might score for sure. Given that all this debutants for United, who has always scored against us, Rashford made his name on his debut, scoring
yeah.
two against us, so it might happen. So yeah, it's not an easy game. United games are not always easy, given that we struggle against them. Ref is also on their side,
And then we'll usually
and
make some
plus
stupid mistakes.
stupid mistakes, and they are a good counter-attacking side as well. So
Hmm.
it would be like a tough game.
Mm. So, okay, when we are talking about the game, like when you say it's a tough game, where do you find that difference? Like with United on the pitch and us on the pitch, who or which area of the pitch do you think the battle that will define how this game is going to play out? Like, is it the forward versus forward? Is it going to be, their defense versus our attack, or how do you see it?
I think as long as we don't commit stupid mistakes at home, we have enough in our arsenal to win this game. We have a better bench than United.
Yeah.
We cannot like complain, oh no, we don't have anything. They have like a lot of injury issues. We lost Timber, but we still have enough in our bench to like turn this game around, even if we do stupid mistakes. But if we do that, like what we did against Fulham or we have been doing for the last 10 games, I think we would lose the game if United score first because we would try to attack, given that it's our home game, we would
Mhm.
try to win it, and United can easily pick us off on the counter,
Mm.
which like Fulham would have done. Even with 10 men, they could have scored a goal
Yeah,
and
that
won
was
the game.
yeah.
So like I said in the last part when I was here, we are still so bad in transition when we lose the ball, which has never been like fixed for almost like 2 seasons we are in. So I think we
Hopefully,
still need to cut down those mistakes. That's where we like lose our thing. If you start the game like 1-0 down, you are always chasing it.
yeah.
So I don't know like what's happening, given that we are conceding so many goals early.
But
That too, like not like opposition does something to score those goals.
no,
It's
we just
our
give
own
them
mistake.
freebies.
Yeah, that's the
But the
problem.
thing is for me, right? Like more than defense, for me the fear is that we are not attacking enough. We are not trying to score enough. We are not like doing anything on the attacking side of things. It's always like we are dependent on Saka to do something, or like Martinelli to do something, or Odegaard to do something. There's
Yeah,
no
they are the attackers. They are
no
supposed to do
like
something.
no. It's like we are trying to conjure individual movement. Like we give Saka the ball wide of the pitch and expect him to dance and score. Right? We are not like putting him in a 6 yard box and asking him to
No,
score. We are
in Fulham, like we did, we were expected to score like our
goals.
XG was 3 point something.
Yeah.
It's our bad finishing and our bad defense. That's what let us down. It's not like we are not even creating anything. We are creating chances, and but the thing is, we are not finishing, and we are making like stupid defensive mistakes, which is costing us the game.
Mm.
So I think we would. I think we haven't changed anything. It's just the personnel has changed. Like Havertz, he has been doing certain things decent enough, but he hasn't like stepped up to the level what we expected out of like a 65 million signing. That's the problem, right? There is a
Yeah.
price tag on him as well. But if you're signing someone for 65 million, you have to hit the ground running, not just like go through game.
Mhm. Okay,
So
that
I
is
think
something.
we would still like
I
create
mean,
chances.
for me, yes, Harvard has been one of the things for me. But though the problem has been as a team, we are not looking like last game, for example, when Eddie and Zinchenko came in, and we put like our back four to the way that we wanted it to be, or at
Yeah,
least the way we wanted it closer to be, except we didn't have like
yeah,
Gabriel in the back. The game kind of changed. We did play that attacking, flowing Arsenal football that we know from last season. So it's
yeah,
more like a personal issue rather than one player issue. Like suddenly when White is there on the right back, Saka looks better. When there's a
yeah.
Zinchenko on the left back side, Martinelli looks better.
Yeah, so hopefully Arteta sees that and not make some stupid statements like I see 46 formations. But yeah, he might have meant it. I think he was best, given that they have been like poking around with like, do you trust your tactics and stuff? So of course, someone like can lose their temper. But yeah, I think we have been performing well enough. Not like on the attacking front, we are doing what we are supposed to do. But like you said, if we go back to the previous last season's formation, yeah, well and good. But yeah, you have to drop someone, right? You have to
Mhm,
drop Havertz
mhm.
and Partey and Rice would come in, and then Odegaard would be like,
And
I don't know,
attacking,
like
yeah.
Rice can do what Chaka does,
Yeah.
did,
Mhm.
but yeah, we have to try it out.
I mean, Rice don't have to do it. Like we can have Partey do it because when we signed, Partey said that he wanted to play up front, right? Like he wanted to play further up the
Uh,
pitch. That's the whole point why he came from Atletico Madrid. He wanted to
yeah,
be more of a number 10 or whatever that thing is, number 8, whatever. So we could play him if he is fit enough to play a right back who has to bomb forward and back all the time. There's no
he
point.
doesn't do that. That's the point, right?
He doesn't, but I'm saying, but that's the expectation out of the role, right? But
Yeah,
that's the expectation
and
of the role. But if we are saying that he's good enough to do that for that role, why is he not good enough to do a box to box role? And he does shoot
yeah,
from outside the box. He does have a shot
yeah, he
from outside
does.
the box, so he could do that.
Hope he can. Yeah, hopefully. But it's Odegaard who's the one who plays on that side. So Partey would be like switching to the left. I don't know how well he performs on the left, but yeah, let's see. So I think that's why Howard is getting into the team, given that he is a lefty, predominantly a left-footed player. And like Arteta sticks to that left-footed nonsense. Or yeah, any player can, like a two-footed player can. I wish Cazorla was there now.
Casola is back in Spain, by the way. He's
Yeah,
back
I
in
know.
Spain, and yeah, I mean, I really wanted him to play for Arsenal longer. It was the dreaded injury that, like, took him away, and also, like,
Yeah,
I mean, the guy
or
still,
like someone like Cazorla, like
yeah.
whoever, yeah, in their mold. But yeah, let's see, like how I don't know.
So if I have to
The,
ask you for a prediction for this game, what would be that?
I think we would win. No, I'm thinking we haven't hit the stride. So I would say it would be like a 2-2 draw, and it would be like a frustrating another game. I think
Hmm,
if we go, I think this game probably might not I would say define the season. Maybe it would like kickstart our season on
hmm,
how if we lose, I think Arteta might go back to whatever thing he
hmm,
was doing last season. But if we win, we might like see the experimentations, more experimentation,
hmm.
which yeah, I don't know, which obviously is going to frustrate us. As long as we win, we don't care. But there are still people complaining, oh yeah, we don't play like last season, but I don't care about that as long as we have 3 points. But yeah, we might have like few hiccups like one we had against Fulham, which was yeah, not just like tactical. Tactically, if you look at like we performed well. We if the tactics was poor, we wouldn't have created anything. And one more thing which worries me is like we score 2 goals and we sit back.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's the
what's the
biggest problem.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, we scored 2 goals. We turned the game around. Just go and score the third goal and like
finish it. Yeah,
then sit
exactly.
back. Yeah,
Wenger
that
used
is
to say,
another
right,
thing.
two goal advantage is 2 goal is never enough in Premier League. But
2 goal at the 2-0 is the most trickiest goal
yeah,
like score line. So yeah, we made the same mistake against Forest.
hmm,
They did we narrowly won the game.
yeah.
Crystal Palace, yeah, it's an away game, it's fine. Fulham, we did the same thing. They scored a goal. So
But okay, so
hopefully, yeah, we don't do the same thing against United as well.
yeah. Anyways, I think like it's time for us to end the Arsenal discussion so that we could talk a little bit about the league in general as we have been doing for quite some time. Before that, like for folks who are listening, there is going to be a transfer pod that's going to be out soon. So please give us your support. Please follow us and continue supporting us. Um, Deepak, going to the league, the match week 4 of Premier League. When the time of this recording, there's already like Luton. Luton versus West
West
Ham has
Ham.
been finished, and West Ham has won the game 2-1, and they are currently sitting top of the league.
Yeah.
Is there something that we need to be thinking about West Ham? Are they going to be somewhere up and about?
They might like challenge for European spots, not like top four, because there are like enough quality teams like City,
Mhm.
Pool, us,
Mhm.
United, everything. So they would be in and around like the
Seventh
like
or eighth, yeah.
last seasons like Brighton, Villa, and yeah,
Mhm.
because like there was like they had a hiccup like last season, but before the 2 seasons they have been performing really well,
Mhm.
and they have spent the rice
Yeah.
money like very shrewd business they have done. So they
Mhm.
would definitely challenge for a Europa League spot.
Mhm. Okay, the next three games I want to talk about are like, let's finish that as a group because we know most of the results, right? Like Manchester United, Manchester City versus Fulham, Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, and Tottenham versus Burnley, or Burnley versus Tottenham, whichever way you want to say. So City versus Fulham, City win.
Yeah, they will. They are finding, even though they are not playing great, they are finding ways to win, which is like scary.
Mm-hmm.
Given that they are slow starters,
Yeah.
they have been like winning games. So I think yeah, Fulham City has enough
Okay.
firepower to win that game, even though Pep is not on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. It's
Chelsea would win. Yeah.
even with our Nottingham Forest, we have given someone to Nottingham Forest, Nuno Tavares.
Nothing is happening. He is not going to like score a hat trick or something. But yeah, if he's planning to score an hat trick, maybe I should take him in FPL.
Burnley versus Tottenham. Tottenham's gonna win. Tottenham looks surprisingly good. Madison's like really been, one of
No,
the
they
players of
have
the
been
season.
like it's like they have been good, but they have been bad in patches in the games. If you
Yeah, but
like,
the thing is, for me, Madison has been,
yeah,
at least for me, he's a really good
he is a
player.
really good player. Yeah, so that is a very good signing. Like United fans are crying, like why the hell they signed Mount but not Madison and stuff.
I mean, we are crying why we signed Havertz instead of Madison. So.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, but I think yeah, Tottenham Spurs has enough to win, but given that Burnley has lost games, they haven't won anything,
Mhm.
and in it's their home. I think
Mhm.
it would be like a close match. I think it would be a draw,
Mm. Next
maybe
three,
like a 1-1 or something.
next three games are like Sheffield United and Everton. That's the one that I want to talk about. No.
Sheffield United will win, and Everton will win the following week against us. It's happening.
We are scared of Everton. Look at this Arsenal fans. Like,
It
uh,
is happening because there are two bogey teams for us. One is Everton and one is Southampton. Southampton is gone. Everton is 100% taking points of us next like whatever match week it is after the international break, right? Yeah,
yeah. Okay, Brentford Bournemouth. I think that's an interesting game because I don't think Bournemouth has enough quality to, or I don't
yeah.
know. They don't seem like they have enough quality to do anything.
That's
Brentford
what
is,
we said like last season there,
yeah,
but they stayed.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Brentford would win given that it's their home. Yeah,
Mm.
they're pretty strong at their home. They haven't lost like for 15. I think they have the longest streak after City for not losing at home.
They have also signed Neil
And
Maupay on loan.
yeah, now like you read Brentford as well. I think Moped.
Fucking Maupay. He just never dies down. Um,
Yeah, I know.
Crystal Palace Wolves, I think, is one interesting game that could happen too.
Yeah, I think
And
it would be a draw.
do you think Rob Holding will start?
No, they
Okay.
have a very like fixed center back pairing, like Anderson and Marque. So I don't think so. Holding would start ahead of them. If something happens, like injury happens to them, then Holding might start.
Mm, okay. So the we have 2 minutes to talk about two games. One is Brighton Newcastle, which I think would be one of the big
Yeah,
games of the
really,
weekend.
it would be like a really interesting game, given like the vast difference between how two of
Mhm.
them play.
Yeah.
Brighton, given the way they lost against West Ham, to bounce back, opponent to crack. But I think Brighton might win. And given like Newcastle, the way like, last against Liverpool, so I feel like Brighton might nick this 2-1.
Hmm. Okay. The last game that we have to discuss is like Liverpool versus Aston Villa. I don't know if I should call this a big game or not, but it looks like on paper a bigger game.
It is like kind of a big game given the form of Villa. Like since Emery has like signed with them, I think they are second in the table. Like when you take the day from Emery
Hmm.
signed with them, so it is Villa are like a very tough opponent right now.
Hmm.
So Liverpool might find it tough. And I saw Villa's game against, I think, who was it last week? I think it was, yeah, I forgot. They play really well. They
Hmm.
are like very well oiled machines. So I think it would be a tough game for Pool. So they might I would go with a draw as well. Or yeah, 1-1.
Okay, that's our take on this game week. Thank you so much for listening. I think we are running out of time, so thank you so much for listening. As usual, please do support us more. And thanks, Deepak. Thanks for today. We will talk after, Arsenal 10, Manchester United 0.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you.